Hey guys, what's up? As most of you know, the Beijing Olympics, the 2008 Summer Olympics, just ended a couple nights ago. I haven't always been a big fan of the Olympics. I mean, I'll check out a few of the events: baseball, softball, basketball, maybe some swimming with Michael Phelps because he's from Ireland, where I live. I don't know, just something from this year's Olympics just didn't seem right from the very beginning. A lot of the opening ceremony activities that were in these Olympics, they just came off too fake, overplayed, wasn't really appealing. And just too much controversy, too many things that went where they shouldn't have gone, I guess you could say, like this, the Chinese gymnast controversy, where they say, like, at least one that I know of, possibly two or three, of these Chinese female gymnasts, are only supposedly 13, 14-year-old girls, and you have to be 16 to participate. And they don't even look remotely close to 16. I said this the very first night I saw just like 30 seconds of, flipping through the channels. The very first night I did that, and I saw these Chinese female gymnasts doing their team routine or whatever. And the first thought that popped in my head is, how old are these girls? They don't even look 12, 13 years old, and they're competing for Olympic gold. I mean, it's just crazy that it took this long to figure out that they're not really 16. But of course, they supposedly did an investigation and cleared it. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it since it's over. Quite frankly, it doesn't bother me that much. But I just wanted to vent on it a little bit. But did you really think they're going to do anything, like take the medals or anything like that? I mean, it's China and it's a Chinese team. I could see if it was maybe American gymnasts in China, that'd be a big controversy there. Let's not go there. But did you really think the Chinese gymnasts, regardless of their age or whatever, that they were going to lose their medals when the games are held in Beijing, China? I mean, that's ridiculous. Personally, I think they should have been stripped. The whole Chinese gymnastic team should have been stripped and kicked out of the Olympics. But again, China, not going to happen. But yeah, the primary point of this blog, video blog, is to shed some light on some things. Some people don't follow the Olympics. I sure don't. I mean, I'll check in on them personally. I prefer the, I guess I'm the X-Games type person with the American people, the people I know doing these sports. I like snowboarding and BMX, stuff like that. Just the whole, okay, here's the point. This year was the final year that baseball and softball, two sports that the Americans dominate. I mean, the softball team didn't get upset. They only won a silver medal this year. In baseball, only won bronze. Baseball's no surprise. We don't exactly put any of our big all-star players out there, so that's no surprise there. Softball, a little bit of a surprise. I mean, to dominate the way they did and then get upset by Japan, I think it was, in the championship game. But anyway, to see sports like that, American sports that are spread around the world and become, national pastimes, to see sports like that taken out of the Olympics, and then you add in a sport, no offense here, because I love BMX, I follow it in the X Games and everything, but how can you take out two national sports like softball and baseball and put in sports like BMX and still to this day have sports like badminton and speed walking, stuff like that? Am I the only one who finds that completely insane? Now, I've been a race fan my whole life, and there's a topic, an article I read the other day about NASCAR drivers, IndyCar drivers, Formula 1, that kind of thing. Why there's some sort of auto racing involved in the Summer Olympics. Race car drivers always get put down, I guess you could say, that they're not really athletes. I'll put this out there. I would like to see anybody off the street sit there and do what they do, going 400 or 500 miles at speeds up to 200, 205 miles an hour going over the corners, and a car that could be anywhere from 150 to 200 degrees or whatever. I'm not sure the exact numbers. I like to see anybody off the street do that. But anyway, I think that should be a sport. I don't see how you have kayaking and speed walking and BMX, but you're taking out softball, baseball, and auto racing, a national pastime for many decades, isn't in the Olympics. It's just crazy to me. Sort of glad that they're over. Took up so much TV time. Now I get to see some of the new shows premiering on NBC. Not that I care for those anyway, but I mean, better than the Olympics. So yeah, that's just my view on the Olympics. there were some good spots. Seeing the men's basketball team and women's team win gold was pretty damn good. Personally, I think it's been overhyped, I guess you could say, might be the word, about the men's basketball team winning the gold. I mean, yeah, the last couple Olympics, they slipped, didn't win a medal, didn't win a bronze or whatever. I mean, the Yankees, okay, example, the New York Yankees have more World Series, they have more than, almost triple the amount of World Series wins that the next best team has, but they haven't won one in, what, over a decade? The best teams in each sport can't always win everything every year. So we took a couple Olympics off, we came back, we dominated, didn't lose a single freaking game, not a single game was close. So congratulations to the men's basketball team for winning the gold. Personally, I think it was a little overhyped. There's no question to me, and I'm sure a lot of people, that the American men's team, or the American basketball players, are 5-10 times better than any other male basketball players in the world. But yeah, that was probably the second high point of the Olympics for me. The first would probably be, I mean, the only sport that actually followed the whole Olympics, which would have been the swimming, because Michael Phelps is from Maryland, where I live. It was great to see him break the records and win all the golds. So congratulations to him. But that pretty much wraps it up. Basically, to summarize this, we should all know any country that hosts the Olympics, their team is, their athletes that they put out is basically going to dominate at some point. Chinese gymnasts. And what I think China had either one less or one more gold medal than the U.S. total. I think, let's see, 2012 they're in London, England. When do you see, very rare, maybe one or two sports or 3 or 4 people total from England ever win medals, period. But I guarantee you, when those England Olympics get here in 4 years, they'll be right up there with the American and Chinese medal counts that we had this year in Beijing. It's just how it goes. But yeah, I'll wrap this up now. I've been long enough. But I'll just say that for all the people out there that watch this that agree with me, cool, you people kick ass. And if you don't agree with me, then you probably know nothing at all about sports, or you're just stupid. I'm not sure, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching this, if you watch it, and I'll be adding more soon. Thanks.